Hey friends and family, hey loved ones, hey fools and magicians and tools. How are you all? How you doing today? What you feeling? What's coming up for you today? What is at play and what's playing in your life? What's playing through you and your relationships? What's playing through the dark and through the light? What's playing through this time? What's coming up? And what's coming up and out to shine or be illuminated by the light. So there's a lot of light coming in right now, and I've received so many beautiful things this week. So many symbols, messages, archetypal themes, and stories and synchronicities, and lots of messages. Lots of good streams, and lots of manifesting, and lots of appreciating and cultivating through all my ways of being and becoming me, becoming all I am for all of me and we. So what wants to be shared about this week? There's a lot. There's so much. It's full of everything. It's been so full. It's so magical. And my last videos were about play, art and creativity, and engagement with life through play, and how art is a healing modality, and art is life, and life is art. Or life imitates art, and art imitates life. So it's kind of fun that way. So one of the big symbols that's coming up big time, is the sun. Sun's always a big one for me. And I just have this mirror here. I was just sitting here. It's got dust on it though. Sitting here on my desk. And I went out last night with my husband. We celebrated our 13th anniversary. We got married 8/8/08, and so it's really cool, like how certain things have come full circle, and how we can see how much has been grown, and the cycles of growth that we've been through, like these last 12-13 years here. And so it's just been so amazing, really so amazing to look at everything and to look into things and to appreciate the humble beginnings and what has been grown and cultivated through showing up and participating and being willing to receive the gift of this partnership and this relationship, this friendship, this kinship, this loveship, the friendship with each other and ourselves, and what we've been able to create together and heal together and grow together and learn together. So that's amazing. Got to do some different things this week because I've been shaking things up and just getting out of my own way and just being creative and playing with my choices that I have and that I get to make. And just being willing to ask for what I need and be open to receive all the possibilities and not get stuck on what it's supposed to look like or what it's supposed to be, and just invite love to play and to come be with me, because that's who I am. I am love and love is me. And so why would I deny that, like, for myself? And so I am finding new levels of joy and just enjoyment in being, and realizing that there is no lack, and seeing deeper into those things, like how it is just the perfection of being when we do realize that there is nothing wanting or nothing needed and there's nothing lacking. That it's all available and it's all here and it's all in process. It's a work in becoming. It's a work that's becoming what it is, all it is, through being all it is and being allowed to be all it is and go through its own stages and phases and cycles of growth and all the processing. So there's a lot of shifts happening, a lot of psychic shifts, Yeah, and polarity shifts, pole shifts. So yeah, that's pretty amazing, like to witness and just to unfold, allow to unfold, and be willing to witness. So yeah. Another symbol that's coming up is the starburst. Here's a necklace, like a little pendant that I haven't worn for a long time, and I almost wore it yesterday with the dress, a new dress that I got to wear. Me and my husband got to go on a date, and we went to go see Shenyun, this dance, this dance arts performance. That was like very beautiful, and I'd always wanted to go. I've wanted to go for a couple years, and we finally got to go and experience that, and that was lovely. So it was super nice. Of course, I super love and appreciate so many different cultures and traditions, but Chinese culture like has held a fascination for me my whole life as well, and just beautiful beings. That's what I was just opening up to, like, oh, such beautiful beings, and thank you for expressing this love and this art and this creativity through your being. And I was, when the show started, it was like, they're telling a story through their art and through their dance and through this play, and then as it went on, that's what they told, the audience that they were doing. They were telling a story, it's just like, oh, how cool is this, through art, play, and creativity, like how we express and create and share with others, and how we can resonate with that, even if it is a different language, or it is a different kind of a thing, or a different way of being, like how we can relate in so many ways, and we can resonate with each other because we get the messages and the feeling behind that divinity, behind that divine expression, that divine expression of who we are. And that was a really cool thing to learn as well, when they told us the meaning of, well, what does Shenyun mean? What is the meaning of Shenyun? And so it's like beautiful beings, and it's like that divinity that expresses itself through feeling. And so how cool is that? How beautiful is that? And what I didn't know about this company started in New York, I think, in 2001, and now there's 7 different sister companies, and they do different dances and original movements and pieces and art, choreography, dances every single year. And so this one was a great one to experience and enjoy this year. I didn't know that they had a connection to Falun Dafa, or Falun Gong, maybe it had used to be called. I know that they're being persecuted in China for their beliefs and for their ways of being, and for their traditions and their practices, their spiritual practices. And I do know that there is a lot of barbaric brutality that they're targeted with, as far as unlawful imprisonment, and they are being targeted and killed, and their organs are being sold, and all those kinds of nefarious things. I've been aware of that for a couple years, but I didn't know that this dance company had a connection to this spiritual group. I don't know if they I don't think they have the same a rigid dogma of any kind. I think it's just people who want to cultivate virtue and come back to some of the traditions that that China has so beautifully birthed for human civilization, and through some of these old civilizations where a lot of our heritages and traditions can relate to. Like, I mean, Chinese medicine and Chinese culture has brought so much to the world. It's so rich and so beautiful, and China is so large. And I know, yeah, that was one thing that I appreciated about it too. It's so large and so diverse, and and just so many regions and different things. And so they performed some classic dance, some Chinese classic dance, some ethnic and folk dances, and they all told different stories. And yeah, it was just beautiful, like the ways, that they crafted their art, and I could just tell, like, the messages in there. It was just like, it was about love, and it was about faith and integrity, and like cultivating those virtues within ourselves. And so that was inspiring, and just totally my jam right there. And one of the things that I appreciated too, I didn't like look through this until we got home, but some things caught my eye. And there's this little piece about the plum blossom in spring, and I have a plum tree in my front yard that I appreciate every day, and it's home for the birds and food. Food for the animals and for the birds, and they make their nests in there, and it's just always full of activity with the birds and the bees. And I've been seeing my hummingbird friends this week. They've been coming to say hi. There was one that flew up to my porch, like right up to me this morning on the porch. And I was like, oh, hello there. Good morning. With this plum blossom in spring. In Chinese culture, the plum blossom is a symbol of courage and resilience, braving winter and flourishing into spring. In this piece, dancers depict the flower's pink and white petals swirling in the breeze, conjuring an idyllic image of a garden in full bloom. And it is all about the blossom and the courage and resilience right now. So I thought that was so great. And I love, art with a difference. I love their mission too, and it was just so beautiful, like the orchestra that they had playing and the different music pieces that they performed. I just loved the messages, and they really, really did resonate with me. So art with an inner difference. In ancient China, artists used to cultivate virtue. They believed their art was meant to celebrate the divine and nurture goodness. They often practiced meditation and self-refinement, seeking to create art from a pure and humble mental space. Today, Shenyon's artists follow this noble tradition. They are also spiritual seekers on a shared journey. They draw inspiration from the spiritual practice of Falun Dafa. They meditate together, study teachings together, and strive to live by the principles of truth, compassion, and forbearance. Performing with remarkable self-discipline and selflessness, they have moved audiences around the world. And so, traditional costumes and colors. Legend has it that ancient Chinese clothing was inspired by the attire worn in the heavens. The costumes you will see today bring back the authentic styles of China's different dynasties, regions, and ethnic groups. Their vibrant hues and exquisite detail breathe fresh life into every dance piece, painting the present with the splendors of the past. So that was beautiful to me. And a lot of this, just has so many correspondences and synchronicities to what I'm experiencing and to what I'm playing with and what I'm working through. And I feel like feeling a little emotional today, and that's, interesting because, I've actually felt really, really steady and detached, but I'm just feeling, really grateful right now. And I had a beautiful little mindful meditation last night. I didn't plan on it, but I just wrote down some things in my journal for new moon intentions. And I just I'm willing to open up the space for this. I don't know how it's going to be, and I'm going to let go of control, and I'm going to surrender how I think I need to show up and do it. But I'm just willing to receive it and to choose it for myself. And and to allow myself, to be offered these gifts that are available right now. And so, I did get to just kind of let some stuff go and take just a few minutes and just be with it in the flow and just allow this prayer to be expressed through me last night. And it was just amazing. And it was just the microcosm, macrocosm, and just that God self-realization and remembering like that we are all connected, and going into that space and being that arc and that bridge and that connection. So it was so beautiful. And so going back to some of our traditions and the challenges of like this Uranus energy, taking what is beautiful and true and the best of the past to bring it into the new, and letting the rest go and fall away or be integrated. And so salmon's been coming up for me. And I looked at that this morning. So Salmon Medicine. And so I'm going to read that. And so, there's also alligator, which is coming up again because of integration and closure and completion of a cycle. So those are back to back, actually, in this Medicine Cards book by Jamie Sams and David Carson. Salmon is number 49 and alligator is number 50. So, salmon, wisdom and inner knowing. Salmon, keeper of the inner knowing, illuminate all that I can see. Fill me with the love of learning, life's sacred vision offered to me. Salmon is the sacred keeper of wisdom and inner knowing, who despite strong river currents will always return to the place of its creation. Its determination is driven by the wisdom of instinct and inner knowing, which yields a sense of purpose that cannot be thwarted by external forces. Coming full circle, Salmon Medicine people finish what they begin, bringing life's events and cycles to closure. Salmon Medicine honors every encounter in life as a gathering of wisdom. It teaches that even when the flow of life seems to push you back, you can tap the hidden resources of your human spirit and personal inner knowing. The journey may not be an easy one, and the currents of public opinion may not be in your favor, but you can choose to honor the wisdom you carry and instinctually do what is right. If salmon swam into your cards today, it may be telling you to trust your gut feeling and inner knowing at this time. Avoid the influence of those who may have hidden agendas or who manipulate events for their personal gain. Do you need to reflect on the personal experiences that will help you decide whether the tide is ebbing or flowing in a direction that benefits your forward movement and growth? Go back to the beginning and retrace your path to this point. The wisdom is inside you, and when honoring it, you will not go wrong. The silver of salmon skin reflects many lessons. To reclaim your inner knowing, you must see the opportunity in all situations and know that wisdom is earned through both life's easy and difficult experiences. Be willing to listen to others as well as to the small, still voice within. Behave in a manner that honors your path. The proper use of inner knowing comes when you flow with your authentic feelings, embracing all the experiences you encounter in life as learning lessons rather than hardships. Salmon teaches you to see every bend in the river as a new adventure, with a lesson you need to learn in order to grow. That knowledge becomes authentic wisdom through applying these truths to your life. So that is huge. I'll just leave it there for now and go on to contrary. Contrary salmon. If salmon has floated belly up into your cards today, recklessness may have kept you from achieving a goal. Are you ignoring the wise advice of others or your own inner voice of wisdom? Contrary salmon may be telling you to be still for a time and find the flow again. Ask yourself where you became distracted or confused. Then imagine returning to the place you last felt certain of yourself. Feeling a sense of serenity means you are tapping into your inner knowing and wisdom again. If you have been seeking the approval of others by being a follower instead of listening to your personal knowing, it may be time to reclaim your own authority. Are you stubbornly rejecting the truth of a situation, trying to be right or in control, and overriding your instinctual wisdom or inner knowing? If so, get out of your own head and get back to the wisdom found in your heart and feelings. Like salmon, people sometimes need to backtrack upstream to see when life's meandering tributaries float away from the original headwaters of their certainty, wisdom, instinct, and inner knowing. I thought that was perfect today, and I'll just leave it at that and see if anything else wants to be shared and articulated further. But yeah, Salmon Medicine, thank you. Salmon Medicine, wisdom and inner knowing. And returning to the source. And that sense of self, yeah. That truth within us. That's so great. Because that's what I was asking for last time, was for us to be able to see the truth, what the truth that we need to see, and the whole truthfulness of we, yes, and everything. And love does triumph over hate when we can find that inner union and that balance and appreciate those polarities and those opposites. And that's another message that came in through that beautiful show last night, was that the unification and the appreciation of opposites. And it was, yeah, really great. Synchronicity, and there's strength, a strength card. That was the resolution to my last tarot card reading, and yes, strength. And so I might bring in a little bit about strength, and also the Magician is coming up as well, because we have the ability to focus and direct our energy, our creative energy, and call on what we need and command the elements to do our bidding. And as you can see in both of these cards, they both have the infinity over their heads, the lemniscate sign. And that's all about 888, and Lion's Gate, Lion's Gate portal, and the 8 and the infinity. Yeah, and that bridge and that portal and that center, the 0 point. Yeah, so that's awesome. And so this week, let's see, I only have a few minutes. I have some errands to run, but yeah, I've been really busy, with resetting my space and rearranging and doing, and doing like my musical house or musical things, rearranging, resetting the space in my house, and opening up room for the new to be born through. And so it's felt really good, to continue my cleanup process that I initiated and I started in the fall last year. And actually I can see in certain cycles, how there's the continuity in it. And the really cool thing about it too is we just had our new moon, and so there's all these new intentions and new energies to work with. And I just had a nudge to go back to one of my videos this morning, and I'll put it in the comments section. And it was 6 months ago, February 11th, and it was an Aquarius new moon. And some of the same themes, some of the same energies are re-emerging or just continuing, and with that momentum. And so it's so great for me to come across that again today, it was for me, because it relates to these new ways of being, and this new time opening up, and these new cycles, the completion and the initiation, the beginnings and the endings. And so it was, I really loved seeing that today, and it had a lot to do with skunk medicine, self-respect, and self-worth, and joy, and all these things. So as I'm still working with hummingbird, with joy, and self-respect, skunk medicine, and moose medicine, joy, and resilience and endurance, and a job well done, encouragement, yes, all those things. And and appreciating all these things, and I'm going back to the source of some of my different things. And while I was resetting and cleansing and sorting through different things, to let go of the past, and to take the best of the past with me where I'm going, where I'm moving forwards towards into. It was such a great, beautiful treat and gift to receive for me. Some of these sentimental gifts and treasures that mean a lot to me. And so I got to go through some of the boxes that I avoided or procrastinated going through 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 10 months ago. And super grateful to go through and find some beautiful gems. And they're from a long, long time ago, from 1975 and 1979, when I was a young baby and child. And one was written by my mom, and one was given and spoken by my dad. And they both made me cry, and I got to have a conversation with my mom and share some of those things with her. And we went down memory lane and got to reminisce about good times and good friends and old memories, yeah. And the dogs that we've had, you know, like the companions, and furry angel friends that we've had. So, reflections by Mom. She was writing this about me. October 24th, 1979. Jennifer is such a gentle, sweet child. She really likes to have the friendship of others. Our friend, Marion Cadill, arrived from New York, and Jenny immediately wanted to make friends with her, trying to start up a conversation in the car. When they got out of the car, she wanted to hold her hand. That was really sweet. It is not intentional when friends do not respond in kind, but they may not be as naturally affectionate. It is precious to see her be so friendly. She has always been caring and the motherly type. She loved her first dolly, Raggedy Ann, so much that it got worn out soon, and she also has a great love for animals. So that was like really sweet for me to see, and then dictated to Mom, and from 1981, in July of 1981. And that was some other sweet little things that I got to share with my mom. And then this next thing that I found was actually a baby blessing that had been given to me. We grew up in the LDS church, and my dad had prayed to receive guidance and inspired wisdom. Yeah. And I know that it was given in the spirit of love and the spirit of truth, and I receive it as that, and I'm grateful to receive it as that, and I'm grateful to receive it today with the love in the spirit that it was given. And so I do super appreciate it, and there is truth that resonates with me in this, and so I'll just share a little bit of it. We take this child in our arms to give her a name and a blessing, and the name which we give her is Jennifer Ann Dobbs. And we bless Jennifer as she grows up, that she will have many gifts from the Lord, and that she will be blessed with spiritual knowledge, that she will be an incentive to keep her parents on the right path, and also that she will have the gift of discernment, be a help to other people, that she will care about others, and that she will listen to their problems. And we bless her that she shall have the strength to face the difficulties which shall come her way from time to time, that she shall gain from these difficulties, that help will always be near her. And we bless her with the gift of prayer, that she will always seek to be close to our Heavenly Father and avail herself of communication with Him. And we bless her with many other blessings from the Lord in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. So thank you. Amen. Thank you, love, and thank you, Dad. And thank you, God, and thank you, family, and thank you, truth, and thank you, prayer. Thank you, blessings. Thank you for this experience, for the difficult journey, and for the grace in it. So it's not always easy, but it is so amazing, really, and it is an adventure, and it is for us. And so I did find some other gems that I'll probably share next time. I'm a little short on time right now. There's one more thing I'd like to share, just because it's art, play, and creativity. So last week I was just mixing up some paints before my class that I got to teach and share and host, and it was just kind of funny mixing up the paints together and then pouring it out on the canvas to see if the consistency was like, if it was a good consistency for the fluid, not too thick, not too thin, yeah, so that it runs too fast or too slow. But yeah, and then after I was done like mixing up all the colors, I was like, okay, what does this get to be? So I poured white over like one corner of it, and then I took like a big spatula and just swiped it down, and this is what happened to this one. And I just thought that was really cool. And so, yeah, I'm going to actually give this away today. Give this to someone. So that was fun for me. And I did this one for fun after my class. Just because I got a wild hair and I wanted to do something bright and colorful. And this is what happened here. So it's all neons and it's all UV glow paint. So it glows in the dark and it's like, and then it looks totally different, transformed. So yeah, what things look like in the light are very different than what they look under a different spectrum of light. Yeah, the UV light, and so it's so interesting, really, like changing our perspectives and considering new ways of seeing. And so all the colors of the rainbow, and it just makes me think of a song that my daughter wrote years ago called Kaleidoscope. And this is all for you, and all these colors, and we're a part of like this whole spectrum of color. Which that's something that I mentioned last time when I was reading about, I think, GSF behavior, that we can look at all of our feelings and our thoughts as like a painting with all these colors. And like what's in our painting, and what are we creating, and what are we choosing, and how are we participating in all those things. And so, is there anything else? Let's see. Yes, be mindful of the energy and where my focus is. Detach and practice. Play observing. Let go of perfect and doing it in my preferred ways. And make the room to try new things in whole new ways. Rest and relax. It's time for meditation and stillness, reflection and rest, and quiet chillness. If I try to get it all done or get it all right, I'll risk burnout and I'll have a hard time. Or I can ride out these waves by and through this time and surrender and allow this love, to move us through our lives, and our love are birthing us to the love and the interchange of the two, the twins and the magical other, love true. There's so many cool things that came in as well. Yes, I will only allow information and frequencies into my mind and body that is for my best and my highest good, that will serve my soul and keep me mentally and physically healthy. Always remember that you are not alone in this. And I got that from I think it was Molly McCord, but I'm not sure. I'll have to, find where I found that and give some credit there. But, I did watch some amazing things. And one more thing I'd like to share is all truth is eternal. Truth is nobody's property. No race, no individual can lay any exclusive claim to it. Truth is the nature of all souls. Swami Vivekananda. And I was looking for I asked for one little nugget, and I received it in a nudge. As it is without, it is also within, and some things are God's business. From page 109, from Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. Some things are God's business. On the cycles of a woman's life. As a woman lives them, she will understand more and more of these interior feminine rhythms, among them the rhythms of creativity, of birthing psychic babies, and perhaps also human ones, the rhythms of solitude, of play, of rest, of sexuality, and of the hunt. One need not push it, the understanding will come. Some things must be accepted as being out of our reach, even though they act upon us and we are enriched by them. There is a saying in my family, some things are God's business. It is about knowing when to act in an integral and wild manner and when to allow right anger and when not. Not about striving for gentle sainthood. A woman has the power when provoked to be angry in a mindful way, and that is powerful. So I honor my feelings of anger, and I express them, and I direct them in mindful, integral, intuitive, creative, authentic ways, constructive and productive. I'll draw from it instead of resisting, fighting, disowning, suppressing, avoiding, denying, rejecting, or stuffing it. Strength, faith, mercy, love, trust, and grace, compassion, humility, curiosity, empathy, receptivity, willingness and accountability, power and responsibility, center, remember, breathe, begin again. And I'll be back to share more later. I love y'all. Be love for yourselves and be well. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye for now.